Well, welcome back to Granbury TV, everybody. It's time for our weekly Sheriff's Report. How are both y'all doing?
Doing good, doing good.
So how's the week been? Obviously, you're feeling better?
I'm feeling better. Well, part of the reason he's feeling better is because he got a good night's sleep.
Ah, I see.
The night before last, he was up all night. And it was because of work. And he came out because it was around, I guess, 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, day before yesterday. Then we had a person that threw a brick at trying to hit his girlfriend, and it missed and hit the 2-year-old kid. So the child had to be care flighted up to Fort Worth, and I've heard that the child is doing better, so didn't get hurt real seriously. But the intent was still there that he threw that brick, and so anyway, we went looking for him, and he took off from the residence. This was at a residence out in Toller, and took off, and so the manhunt started, and we've been looking for him for pretty much a full 24 hours. And then I got a call last night that we'd been following up every lead we could, and got a call last night at about 12:30, and he was taken into custody here in the city of Granbury, down at Walmart, actually. So he is in my jail, and arraignments are this morning, and I know the judge was there and left, but I'm not sure. It didn't take time to check to see what his bond was set at. But so he
well, at least he got caught.
Yep, he got caught. Yeah, and that's like last week. We try to, as the sheriff of Hood County, I try to do everything I can to be proactive about crime, and work with Crime Stoppers, work with everybody to try to help be proactive about all this stuff going on in the county, just to keep the citizens safe. But sometimes you can't be right on top of every little thing, and last Sunday was the case. At about 9:30 last Sunday afternoon or evening, deputies were called, and the Toller Police Department responded to a robbery at the local convenience store at the 9000 block of Highway 377 West in Toller. And the male suspect displayed a handgun and demanded money from the register. We did get a good description of the person and the vehicle, and with the help of the Granbury Police Department, we had troopers out, we had deputies out, we had everybody out looking. It took 11 minutes. So, it took 11 minutes before we took our suspect into custody. So, I don't like it to be like that. I like to catch them right away, but 11 minutes isn't too bad.
I have to say, that's pretty good still.
Yeah, I guess so. It was pretty good, but anyway, with the help of the Granbury Police Department, the officer, we put out the attempt to locate. He did spot the vehicle matching that description, and then when I talked to the officer before I went out to Toller, then he said, yeah, it just didn't seem right, didn't look right. The guy was acting strange, and then he ran a stop sign, so pulled him over, and it took him a while to stop. So he was getting real concerned about his safety and how this whole thing was going to go.
Yeah.
But he didn't give him any troubles, and by the time I'd got up there to where they had stopped him, then the main identifiers that were used that stood out in the convenience store's person's mind was a hat, a shirt, and that gun, of course. And so everything that was described to a T to me and over the radio, then there it was right in front of me, and got a good look at the guy, and went on to Toller then after everything was under control there, and got to look at the video, and no doubt that was our guy. So 11 minutes, he was in custody, so that was a good thing. And his name is Travis Edward Brown, and he was charged with aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon. That's a felony one, and bond was set at $75,000. Brown is currently in jail at present time, and so I don't know if he's probably not going to make his bond or anything, and he has had a history of criminal activity, so, and some pretty serious. So, and he has done some time in the penitentiary, so maybe he'll be going back.
Sounds like it.
Yep. We had a mom arrested for DWI with children in the vehicle. It's bad when they go out and they drink and drive and risk the public that they're driving around, but what's really bad is when they have kids in the car.
Yeah.
And on the 9th at around 11:30, Sheriff's Office received a call that a woman was driving intoxicated with her young children. The ages were 11 and 3 in the vehicle on Highway 377. Deputy located the vehicle at the 4000 block of Highway 377 East and conducted a traffic stop. The driver, Kimberly Dawn Thompson, 39 years old, was arrested and charged with DWI with a child passenger under 15, and that's a state jail felony, and the bond was $7,500. The children were released to their father, who picked them up at the scene, and then she has got out on bond right now, so she's got a big uphill battle ahead of her.
Yeah.
And other things this week that we've been working on, last Saturday, I believe, was the first time this had came in, that we have a man missing from Pecan Plantation. William Moore, he's 82 years old, and we'll get you a picture so you can put up too, if you don't already have that, of Air Park Drive in Pecan Plantation. He's 5'10", 145 pounds, gray over brown, no clothing description was available that particular day, and he was reported missing by his family. Moore led a very regimented lifestyle and was never gone from the residence more than 2 hours at a time. And he was last seen on March 10th at about 2, where he left in a 1997 brown Dodge truck. LP was 68MFS6. I'm going to do that in the law enforcement talk, then I didn't know if you'd understand that. So, and then he was going to an auto parts store and over to a fast food restaurant. And he's never been diagnosed with any mental or physical issues that would prevent him from returning home. And so we weren't able to put him into the one database like an Amber Alert, but for the elderly people, because he didn't fit any of those categories. But we did put out the attempt to locate on him region-wide, and then we have entered the vehicle and him into the national database. So if he's found anywhere in the country, then he is reported as missing from Hood County. So anyone with information on the location of Mr. Moore, call the sheriff's office so we can, get him safely back home.
Definitely.
We're working on any lead that we might get, but unfortunately there really hasn't been any leads on that. So
yeah. Well, hopefully somebody will say something and you guys will find him. So.
Yeah, hopefully somebody will run across him and he'll be found, and hopefully he'll be found safe, and we'll get him home.
Definitely. Well, I guess it's time for Crime Stoppers Crime of the Week.
We're ready. Crime Stoppers needs information on a theft. This theft occurred in the checkout line at HEB on Friday, February the 15th at 4:30. The victim reported stolen a red wallet that contained credit cards, $270 in cash, and pictures of her deceased husband. The store provided photos of a person of interest and her vehicle. If you recognize this person, please call Crime Stoppers at 817-573-TIPS or go online at hoodcountycrimestoppers.com. If your tip leads to an arrest, you could receive up to a $1,000 cash reward.
Well, maybe with the pictures that we have of this, this one will come to rest really quick.
This one came as a request from the city, Granbury Police Department, so they're needing help on this one. And when you see the pictures, I believe the woman is very recognizable.
Yeah.
So.
Well, hopefully somebody will turn her in, and you guys will get her stuff back, the wallet that was stolen. So, you guys got anything else for us?
No, I think that's about it. It's been a pretty steady week this week, so I know this weekend there'll be a lot of things going on down on the square and around the county, so I'll be probably glad when Monday comes so I can rest a little bit. So. We'll be back next week with more news.
Awesome. Well, thanks for stopping by, and like I said, we'll see you next week.
Thank you. See you then.